Complete bullshit. You want to know my opinion on the rise and fall of Vince McMahon documentary that just came out on Netflix? This is my opinion. 6 hours of my life I could never get back, okay? I watched the documentary straight through. Now I'm admitting, I fell asleep here and there and I had to go back and watch just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Throughout the whole time, I'm like, hold on, when is this gonna start getting good? Okay, the story is cool, the edits are cool, Netflix production are always great, but man, I know almost everything that's being told right now. Nothing is being said that I already don't know. What the fuck is going on right now? There's a billion other things I could be doing better than watching Netflix, a fucking story that I guarantee you go on YouTube and you compile like 2, 3, 4 documentaries in one. It's better than what the fuck I just spent 6 hours watching, man. Man, unless you've been living under a rock the past 30, 40 years, unless you were born in 2017, 2018, and you don't know too much about wrestling or something like that, man, this documentary was complete bullshit, borderline false advertising. We thought we were going to get an inside look at Vince McMahon and his family dynamics, which we did. We got a few sprinkles of it. We got a few sprinkles of his dynamic with Shane McMahon and how they fell out and came back together. And Shane McMahon always wanted his love like Vince always wanted his father love. We got a little bit of that. We got a little bit of Vince McMahon and his father relationship, how he told him I love you the day before. We got a little bit of that. But man, outside of Vince McMahon being a complete idiot, saying that, yeah, I got third brain, I like sex, saying some criminated stuff on the documentary, which was pretty surprising. But then again, it's not. Vince McMahon never been a good interviewer. He almost fucking punched the bull Bob Costa, whatever his name is. He almost slapped another interviewer. Outside of the borderline weird things that came out of Vince McMahon's mouth, man, there were nothing in this documentary that I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. They covered the Owen Hart thing. They covered the what's the other big controversy? Chris Benoit thing. They covered everything, man. So I'm not saying that they didn't cover what they didn't cover, but it was just nothing about Vince McMahon like that, man. It was like more of about the wrestling and the controversy. It was nothing about Vince McMahon's personal life, man. Nothing about him and Linda McMahon dynamic and the bigger role she played. I would love to hear about that. I would love to hear about how he probably has more of a connection with Stephanie McMahon because she's a lot more like Vince than Shane. I would love to hear more about that. I would love to get more of a deep dive fucking interview with Shane McMahon and Vince McMahon dynamic, man. Paul Heyman told the best story on a documentary where he says, man, Vince McMahon and Shane was having a disagreement about creative. Vince McMahon handed Shane McMahon a knife. You want to get me out the way? There's only 2 ways to do it. You put that knife in my heart. Get me the fuck out the way. Or you buy the company off of me like my father, like I did my father. And Shane McMahon left, but he came back at WrestleMania and had a classic match with Undertaker at the Hell in a Cell. I had his sons there in a full circle moment after the event, getting a hug from his dad, just like part 1 in the story where Vince and his dad had that moment. And that was a great story that was told, but we knew all of it. And we wanted to hear more of stories like that, more of the inner workings of the family, you know, the dynamics. I wanted to hear more about Paul Levesque and Vince McMahon's relationship, not on screen, like off screen, outside of the, oh yeah, Vince McMahon wanted to do a PV of the event and he was mad that we didn't do a pay-per-view of the wedding of Paul Levesque and fucking Stephanie McMahon wedding. They declined to put it on pay-per-view, and he didn't really like that. Okay, that was cool, but we didn't get anything out of that. And I'm calling out Netflix documentary producers, the directors, and everybody a part of that. How in the fuck you get 100 hours of footage and this is what you come up with? I could have put together the documentary and y'all could have gave me the millions and I wouldn't be fucking living check to check and struggling on bills right now, man. I could have put this together literally, man. 100 hours of footage. This leads me to believe that, man, out of the 100 hours of footage, what about 45 minutes Vince McMahon was on the camera? The other 99 hours the camera was just rolling? I don't know what's going on, man. But man, this documentary seems like it was for the brand new fans that don't know anything about anything. They don't know anything about wrestling, and they're going to be on Netflix, and they're going to be brand new to this culture, and they wanted a background of the culture, and there you got it right there. And the documentary ended with Vince McMahon. He's no longer part of the company. TKO's now in charge. Netflix got the deal. They're going to be hosting Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon is not a part of the company no more. This is a fresh start. This is a new era. If you ask me, this is the end of WWE being the top dog of professional wrestling, man. This is the end. 2025, when we go into the new era, you're going to see a lot of changes happen. I'm going to predict a few changes. I want y'all to let me know in the comments what changes that you think you're going to have. But very quick, let me just wrap up this documentary before we get into that. I'm not about to do the chronological order thing I was about to do, breaking down the whole documentary, because obviously, man, you can hear from everybody. There's no new information in this documentary. This documentary is 6 hours. If you're looking for a time to go to sleep on anything, this documentary is good for that. If you just need some time to waste, this documentary is good for that. 6 hours of wasted time if you're a wrestling mark. Just a bunch of redundant content that got reiterated in this documentary. I'm not going to do the chronological order thing, but I am going to conclude my opinion with this. This documentary was bullshit, okay? 2025, Netflix, WWE, the whole fucking landscape changes. And I highly believe that Triple H, Paul Levesque will be took out the picture. Anybody that's directly connected with Vince McMahon will be took out the picture. TKO will be looking to make a fucking complete brand new whole direction with professional wrestling and WWE. It's already going down the drain right now. We got SmackDown, a horrible show to watch, now has been added an hour. I'm not watching SmackDown for 3 hours. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to watch the highlights, and I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna let y'all know I refuse to watch SmackDown. I fucking DVR'd it however I did it, and I'm giving you my take on that, and I'm giving my take on the most compelling things that y'all want to hear about. Raw is being cut to 2 hours to 3 hours. Make up your fucking mind, man. 2 hours or 3 hours. The general consensus want 2 hours of Raw. It's already a fucking shit show, man. Keep it at 2 hours, bro. Stop go with the back and forth stuff. Now we got Saturday night's main event that's gonna be on NBC. Unless you're fucking 12 or 13, maybe not even that, because these kids is like crazy with social media now. So maybe if you're fucking 6 or 7 or 8 years old and you want to watch NBC and want to go back in the PG era, then maybe that's good for you. I don't think Saturday night's main event is going to be anything compelling. I think there's going to be some cool stuff, cool content there. I don't have much of a life, so of course I'll be watching it, but I don't think it's going to be too entertaining. Let me know in the comments what you think about the direction WWE will be going after this. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm just overreacting again. Was this documentary way better than what I'm saying? Was it a banger? Did you get everything you need from this documentary? Or do you agree with me with this documentary was a complete shit show? Let me know what y'all think. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye!